You probably think your daily routine is harmless, but what if I told you your normal habits are secretly sabotaging your body one scroll, slouch, and skipped stretch at a time? Yep, the tiny things you don't notice are doing the most damage. Stick around because by the end, you'll never look at your daily routine the same way again. Let's get right into it. Number 15, stretching never met. Her stretching is the broccoli of physical health. You know it's good for you, but somehow it just never happens. Maybe you'll do it after a run, or next Monday, or after Mercury leaves retrograde. Here's the truth: if you're not stretching regularly, your muscles are slowly turning into cranky rubber bands, tight hamstrings, check, tense neck, check, lower back that feels like it's storing trauma from a past life, also check. Stretching improves circulation, reduces stiffness, helps posture, and prevents injury. But most importantly, it tells your nervous system, hey, we're not in a war zone. You can chill. You don't need to do a full yoga session, just 5 minutes a day, touch your toes, roll your shoulders, open up your hips before they turn into fossilized furniture. Your future self will want to high five you, but gently, because they'll be flexible, not brittle. Number 14, micro-complaining Olympics. Oh my god, it's so hot. This line is so long. Why is the Wi-Fi always trash? Congratulations, you're competing in the micro-complaining Olympics, where the only prize is emotional erosion. Tiny complaints feel good in the moment. They're like mental scratches, but over time, they rewire your brain to focus on the negative. It's called a negative neuroplasticity. The more you complain, the better your brain gets at finding reasons to complain. You're training it like a miserable puppy. Even worse, chronic complaining increases cortisol and messes with your mood regulation. You're not just venting, you're marinating in minor inconveniences like a sponge soaking up drama. Instead of going cold turkey on complaining, good luck. Try the 2-second rule if something annoys you. Give yourself 2 seconds to acknowledge it, then shift focus. Bonus move: say one neutral or positive thing immediately after. Rewire that pessimistic puppy. It's not about being toxically positive, it's about not letting slow Wi-Fi ruin your entire world view. Number 13, noise all the time. Silence. Never. Your brain is supposed to get quiet time. Like a dog that's been at the park all day, it needs to lie down and just exist. But instead, you fill every silence with something: music, podcasts, YouTube videos where people whisper about organizing their pantry. Even while showering, cooking, walking, you are constantly plugged in. Here's the problem: constant noise keeps your brain in a low-level fight or flight mode. Even background sounds require mental processing, and your mind never fully powers down. It's like trying to sleep while someone plays the kazoo softly in the background forever. You might get used to it, but your nervous system doesn't. Silence helps with everything: memory consolidation, emotional regulation, creativity, and actual rest. But to your overstimulated brain, silence feels weird, like you forgot to do something. So you drown it out, and your attention span withers like a raisin in the sun. Try 10 minutes of intentional quiet a day. Sit in a room, no phone, no ambient playlist, just you and the sound of your own mental chaos. It'll feel awkward, then it'll feel amazing, like a brain spa, only free. Number 12, holding your breath like it's a hobby. Ever notice yourself randomly holding your breath while typing, texting, or concentrating? Welcome to email apnea, the wildly unnecessary habit of pausing your breathing while doing literally nothing physically demanding. Your body sees breath holding as a stress response, so when you do it 400 times a day, your nervous system starts assuming you're being stalked by a saber-toothed tiger made of spreadsheets. Cortisol spikes, oxygen dips, muscles tense. It's like telling your body, panic. We're in mortal danger while answering an email about pizza toppings. Fix it with something shockingly obvious. Breathe. Deeply, intentionally. In through your nose, out through your mouth, maybe while staring into the void and questioning your life choices. That breath, it's free therapy. Use it. Number 11, chronic snackification. There's a fine line between having a snack and grazing like a woodland creature for 8 hours straight. And your digestive system, yeah, it noticed. Snacking all day keeps your insulin levels spiking like a DJ at a rave. Every time you eat even healthy snacks, your body has to produce insulin to manage your blood sugar. If you never give it a break, you're essentially keeping your body in storage mode 24/7. And by storage, we mean fat. Plus, constant nibbling confuses your hunger cues. You're not eating because you're hungry, you're eating because snacks exist, or because you're bored, or stressed, or just within 5 feet of a cupboard. Try this radical concept, actual meals, with pauses in between. Let your digestive system clock in, do its job, and then take a lunch break before the next round. Trust me, your pancreas deserves better than working the snack shift all day. Number 10. Blue light brain. Fry. You're lying in bed, lights off, phone an inch from your face, scrolling through memes that were barely funny in 2016, and then you wonder why you're wide awake at 2 a.m., blinking into the void like a caffeinated owl. Welcome to the magic of blue light, that sneaky little wavelength blasting from your screen that tells your brain, hey, it's definitely daytime, release no melatonin, let's party. Your body listens, your sleep schedule implodes, and you wake up feeling like a sock full of bricks. Blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating your sleep cycle. It's basically your brain's bedtime whisperer, and screens are shouting over it with a bullhorn. Add to that the mental stimulation of whatever cursed corner of the internet you've wandered into, and your brain is now operating like it's noon in a Las Vegas casino. Want better sleep? Cut the screen time an hour before bed, or at least slap on some blue light filters, dark mode, or those trendy orange glasses that make you look like a retired jazz musician, or don't and keep playing roulette with your REM cycles. No judgment, just yawns. Number 9. Clean freaks and microbiome. Mayhem. You'd think washing your hands 10 times a day with industrial soap would make you invincible, but guess what? You're not just nuking germs, you're also destroying the helpful bacteria your body actually needs. Your skin, gut, and even lungs are crawling with bacteria, and that's a good thing. It's called your microbiome, and it's basically your internal ecosystem. You know, the tiny zoo that trains your immune system, helps digest food, balances mood, and keeps the bad bugs from throwing wild parties. Over-sanitizing everything like you're prepping for surgery that weakens your microbiome, and then when something does get through, your immune system's like, ugh, we've never seen this before, and proceeds to lose its tiny microbial mind. Of course, wash your hands especially after the bathroom or touching that one grocery cart that looks like it's seen war, but don't turn hygiene into germ genocide. A little dirt won't kill you. In fact, it might be keeping you alive. Number 8. The sneaky skipped breakfast. Let's not pretend skipping breakfast makes you mysterious and edgy. You're not fasting for clarity. You're running on empty and hoping caffeine will carry you like a spiritual wind. Spoiler, it won't. When you skip breakfast, your body's like, cool, I guess we're hunting and gathering today. Your blood sugar plummets, your cortisol spikes, and by 10:30 a.m. you're either feral or halfway into a gas station donut you don't even remember buying. Breakfast jumpstarts your metabolism, stabilizes blood sugar, and helps your brain function like it's supposed to. Without it, you're just asking your body to perform magic tricks on zero fuel. And sure, some intermittent fasting fans will argue, but it works for me. That's great. But if works means crashing by noon and yelling at the printer for existing, maybe it's time for a little protein and fiber in the morning. Eat something, a banana, yogurt, leftover pizza, literally anything that reminds your body it's alive. Number 7, the slouch, that time forgot. Look down. Are you slouched right now? Don't lie, you probably look like a shrimp trying to read a receipt. And sure, it feels comfortable until your spine starts filing formal complaints in the form of neck pain, tension headaches, and that weird crunchy sound every time you move. Bad posture isn't just about looking like a goblin in a hoodie, it messes with your entire system. Your lungs get less room to expand, so your breathing becomes shallow, less oxygen, more fatigue. Your digestion slowed, your mood surprisingly worse, because your brain is weird and thinks upright posture equals confidence and slouching equals doom. Even your hormones take a hit. Studies show posture can affect cortisol and testosterone levels. In other words, slouching isn't just ruining your back, it's ruining your vibe. Try to set a recurring reminder to check your posture, shoulders down and back, head over spine, core slightly engaged, or invest in one of those weird posture-correcting gadgets that beep every time you transform into a human cashew. Either way, your future joints will thank you loudly, probably through your chiropractor's voice. Number 6, the curse of multitasking. You think you're being productive, you're answering emails, replying to texts, watching a YouTube tutorial, and probably also burning your lunch in the background. But here's a fun fact. Your brain hates multitasking. Hates it. When you juggle tasks, you're not actually doing them simultaneously, you're rapidly switching between them. And every switch drains brain power like a leaky phone battery. It's called context switching, and it costs you time, focus, and probably a few IQ points per hour. Studies show multitasking can lower your efficiency by up to 40%. That's nearly half your brain yelling, "Wait, what were we doing again?" Your memory suffers, your work gets sloppier, and your stress goes up because everything feels unfinished. So next time you think multitasking is a superpower, remember it's not speed, it's chaos in business, casual. If you want to actually get things done and keep your sanity intact, do one thing at a time, then another, then maybe breathe. Number 5, water never heard of her. Your body is about 60% water, which makes your I had coffee and a diet soda. I'm fine hydration plan roughly the equivalent of watering a cactus with Red Bull. Let's put it bluntly, most people walk around mildly dehydrated and it shows headaches, fatigue, bad skin, brain fog, grumpy moods. Yep, that's your body asking for water like it's stuck in the Sahara. The kicker. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already behind. Your cells are basically waving tiny white flags, your blood is thicker, your kidneys are squinting, even your brain shrinks a little when dehydrated, which explains why you just put your phone in the fridge. Don't rely on thirst, just drink water like it's your job. And no, energy drinks don't count just because they're liquid. That's like saying nachos count as a vegetable because they're made from corn. So, refill your water bottle. Again, your organs are literally begging. Number 4, doom scrolling digest. Ah yes, the classic. I'll just check the news for 5 minutes, cut to 47 minutes later, and you're neck deep in a spiral of economic collapse, celebrity divorces, and articles with headlines like, "Why everything is probably your fault." Welcome to doom scrolling, a behavior so common it got its own catchy name, like a snack food for your anxiety. Your brain, bless its caveman wiring, is obsessed with negative information. It thinks knowing about every possible threat, natural disaster, war, Karen meltdown at Trader Joe's is helping you survive. But all it's actually doing is cranking your stress levels through the roof while your coffee goes cold. Here's the twist, chronic exposure to negativity floods your system with cortisol, the stress hormone. And when cortisol overstays its welcome like that one coworker in every Zoom meeting, it wrecks everything: sleep, digestion, immune function, and mood. Basically, it's like feeding your brain jalapenos 24/7 and wondering why it's sweaty and irrational. If you must check the news, do it intentionally. Pick a time, set a timer, and then walk away. Literally walk outside, where sunlight and birds live. Your brain is not a disaster sponge. Stop soaking up every headline like your sanity depends on it. Number 3, revenge bedtime procrastination. It's midnight. You should be sleeping, but instead, you're 3 episodes deep into a baking show you don't even like. Why? Because you're taking revenge on your own schedule. Yes, revenge bedtime procrastination is a real thing, and no, it's not as empowering as it sounds. This little habit is your brain's way of rebelling against a day that felt out of your control. You worked, commuted, answered emails like a caffeine-fueled robot. Now your brain is throwing a temper tantrum and demanding me time, even if that means sacrificing sleep like a goat at an ancient ritual. But spoiler alert, sleep is not optional. Chronic sleep loss messes with your memory, immune system, mood, metabolism, and decision-making. You're not reclaiming your freedom. You're borrowing energy from a loan shark called tomorrow, and trust me, his interest rates are brutal. Want real power? Schedule short, guilt-free breaks during the day so you don't end up doom scrolling at 2 a.m. while eating crackers like a raccoon. Number 2, the silent chair curse. You might not hear it, but your office chair is whispering evil things to your spine. Every hour you spend parked in a seat without moving is another gentle love letter to your early retirement from mobility. And no, standing up once to microwave leftovers does not count as staying active. Sitting for long periods is basically slow motion body sabotage. Blood flow stagnates, hip flexors shorten, your glutes forget they exist, and your posture melts into a shape resembling a lowercase r. And let's not forget the cherry on top, sitting all day is a risk factor for things like heart disease, diabetes, and fun early death. Here's a tip every 30 minutes. Get up and walk, stretch, or at least impersonate someone who isn't a sedentary rectangle. Your muscles don't want a full workout, they just want to be remembered. Or ignore all that and let your chair gently sculpt you into a sentient beanbag. You're cool. Number 1. Toothbrush time travel. So, you've just finished brushing your teeth minty fresh, feeling virtuous, and now you're rewarding yourself with breakfast. Great. You just undid most of that cleaning in the time it takes your toast to cool. Brushing after breakfast seems logical. Right. You want to scrub off the orange juice crime scene in your mouth. But, surprise. Doing it immediately after acidic food like fruit, juice, or anything remotely tangy basically turns your enamel into a soft, squishy punching bag. You're not brushing your teeth, you're sanding them down like a DIY project. Here's the science: acids weaken the enamel temporarily. If you swoop in with a toothbrush too soon, you're scraping away the weakened outer layer before it has time to re-harden. Think of your teeth as tiny castles. Acid is the siege weapon, your toothbrush a bulldozer. The better move: wait at least 30 minutes before brushing, or rinse your mouth with water and chew sugar-free gum like you're auditioning for a role as person who makes dentists happy. Either way, stop brushing your teeth like you're trying to erase your dental history. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.